Hello everybody and welcome to another F1 Manager 24 video. In today's video we are at Monza. I am just checking chassis 3, front wing 2, rear wing 2, side pods 3, underfloor 3 and suspension 2. Yep, let's head into the Italian Grand Prix. Boy, I cannot wait for this one. 8-4 higher with Perez and 9th or higher with George Russell. I've got a bad feeling about this race, I won't lie.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with the Italian Grand Prix. We return to Monza, the temple of speed. The loyal tifosi are gathering in hopes of a homecoming victory, but everyone here is united to watch Formula One cars roar around the lowest downforce circuit on the calendar.
Taking a look at the top of the constructors' standings, we've got a team that's starting to pull away. And while there are plenty of rounds left, the teams know their time is slowly running out.
What will happen this weekend? Only time will tell.
So that is FP1 done and dusted, and it was Lando Norris, Ocon, Piastri, Hadjar, Vesti, Porcher, Albon, Bray, Martins and Lawson in the top 10 for that session. Interesting to see Ocon so far up there, Hadjar so far up there and Albon up there as well. Let's head into practice 2. So that is FP2 done and dusted. The final results were Norris, Fernando, Alonso, Albon, Tsunoda, Sainz, Leclerc, Piastri, Hadjar, Verstappen, Bortoletto. Interesting to see Bortoletto in the top 10. Hadjar again proving strong. Williams 3rd and 5th, and McLaren looking fastest. Hello. And that is the end of FP3, where Esteban Ocon was fastest from Tsunoda, Alonso, Leclerc, Lawson, Piastri, Verstappen, Behrman, Norris, Hulkenberg. Kicks, Albert, VCarb and Haas look like the quickest teams that aren't McLaren, Red Bull, Ferrari. I'm hoping we're going to be up there as well, but I've not got high hopes. Let's see what our driver's preparation is. 98 and 98%. Very high for Perez, confidence, and high for George. Let's head in to qualifying.
Qualifying is coming up, and the drivers will be ready and raring to go.
As we've already seen, Monza is a fast circuit. And it's no wonder the locals call it La Pista Magica, the magic track. For 80% of this lap, the cars are at full throttle, and the engines will need to give it everything they've got here in qualifying.
As far as Carlos Sainz is concerned, Karun, how do you think he's doing?
We saw some disappointing lap times from them in practice. It could be that the team were experimenting with the car, but the pressure's now on them to deliver.
Good point, Karun. Let's get on with qualifying.
So George Russell is starting his first flying lap in Q1. I believe there's only one person on the track not on a lap, so there is only one car of traffic to close up to. I'm feeling not great about this track, to be honest, just based on how Imola went and being our worst race of the season, coming off the back of our worst race of the season. It's never really a good feeling. George Russell's done 27.6 in the first sector. Perez has done a 27.6. And he is purple. George didn't go purple. Behrman has crossed the line fastest. Please get out of the way. Okay. It's a 26.0 for George Russell. It's a 25.9 for Perez. Tsunoda's done 18.5. Russell does a shit lap because he was blocked. And Perez goes 700ths off Yuki's time. But Russell's going to have to go again. So George Russell is now starting his second flyer of Q1. Alonso is currently fastest from Tsunoda, Verstappen, Norris and Perez. But yeah, it's never a good feeling starting when you need 2 laps in Q1 in a top team, but unfortunately that's what we're going to have to go for. And it's going to have to be a good lap. I don't mind if it's a bit of a slow one, like I don't mind if it's only 11th. It needs to be quicker. It's a 27.6 in the first sector again. A little bit quicker than the first lap, which is what we need. It's the third sector ultimately. It needs to be better. Leclerc has some form of damage on his car again. 25.9 for second sector. It might be something to do with the power unit, I'm not sure. But no, not been blocked this lap, so up to the line. What can Russell do? Goes P4, wow, definitely what we needed. But yeah, the final order in Q1 was Alonso, Tsunoda, Verstappen, Russell, Norris, Perez, Lawson, Piastri, Leclerc, Gasly, Ricciardo, Bortoleto, Doohan, Sargent, Carlos Sainz and Nico Hülkenberg. And knocked out was Valtteri Bottas. Kimi Antonelli in his home race with Mercedes knocked out. Ocon, after being quick in all of the practice sessions, is 19th. Albon 20th as well after being quick in some of the practice sessions. And same with Ollie Behrman. Yikes. So starting their first flying lap of Q2, George Russell has slightly more worn tyres, so I've tried to send him out in a way where he can get a slipstream from Perez, or a very distant one at that. And it looks like there's going to be an Aston Martin for traffic, and that is it. Coming around the Grande curve, Perez looks like he nearly got blocked, Russell nearly got blocked. It's a 27.6 for Perez, it's a 27.7 for Russell, so Russell's time not great already. He's fallen off the back of Perez. Well, that is to be expected. It's if we need a fresh run that's going to matter. It's a 25.9 for Perez and it's a 26.0 for Russell. So Russell's probably about 3/10 down on Perez at this point. It's a yellow flag for whatever reason. Sainz locks up turn 8. Perez with an 18.4. Russell goes half a second off.
Now we're watching Carlos Sainz here. Well, things are okay at this stage.
Oh yes, it
The
is.
car fails to respond, and they'll need to be mindful of the effect that had on the tyres.
They will need to be mindful. George Russell has decided to make this a very long video, and he needs a second lap in Q2. Perez's first lap in Q1 is only a 10th off Max's time now. Gasly is going to be out in Q2. He must have not made it to the line in time. Piastri finishes there. Russell's not improved in the first sector with a 27.7. That is not what we like to see. We needed a 27.6. What is this? It's a green with a 25.9 though in the second sector, so an improvement of almost 2/10 in the second sector. Russell goes up to 6th, Tsunoda goes 3rd, Leclerc goes 4th, Lawson 8th, Bortoleto 9th, Russell up to 4th, Piastri up to 4th. Any big names out? Hülkenberg's not on the lap, so it's Bortoleto, Sargent, Hülkenberg, Sainz, Doohan and Gasly out in Q2. Let's head into Q3. Starting his first flying lap in Q3, Perez has 2 fresh soft tyre runs. Russell has a scrub and then a fresh. Scrub is only like 10% worn, so it shouldn't be too bad, but it obviously isn't going to be as good as fresh tyres. We shouldn't have any traffic really on this lap with either driver, which is good to know. Russell does a 27.640, much better first sector time. Sergio Perez does a 27.5, so Perez is just up in that bar just a little bit by about a 10th each session, and it could give him pole today. Russell does a 25.8, Perez does a 26.0, so Perez had a pretty shocking second sector. Russell does a 1.18.4, 4/10 quicker than Ricciardo, and Perez comes up to the line 63 hundredths off on fresh tyres compared to George's scrubs. That was in a slipstream. They both have fresh tyres. Russell is 9 thousandths off pole. I mean, the top 10 is what? What's it covered by? Oh, I can't really see the gap, but look, you can see it there. It's a 10th down to P6, so it's nuts, really. It's nuts. Perez is 7 hundredths off, and 6 now, because Alonso and Leclerc have improved. Russell sets a purple first sector of a 27.3. Perez has just started his time. Is the traffic going to get out of the way? I hope so. Oh, did that ruin his slipstream? It did as well, that's annoying. Russell on a 25.6 now, he's really close up to the back of this McLaren. 27.6 for Perez in the first sector, he's on slower, which is a shame, but Russell right on the back of Norris. And he takes pole by 3/10 so far. Can anybody top that? Perez's second sector is yellow again. So I don't think Perez might not even be getting any higher than P8, which would be a bit of a shocker. Perez comes up to the line. It is P8 only. Yikes, with your teammate on pole. The final order in Q3 is Russell, Verstappen, Leclerc, Tsunoda, Alonso, Piastri, Norris and Perez. If Perez done his Q2 time, he would have been P5. Yikes, and now he's going to be P8. Perez has got a long race ahead of him, but it's a good job it's a 53 lap race.
Well, it won't be long before the drivers hit the track for 53 laps around Monza, in what should be a fast and fantastic race.
Monza has seen some incredible moments in the past. Pierre Gasly's unexpected 2020 victory reminded us of how wonderfully unpredictable this sport can be.
At Monza, the aim is clear. Pure acceleration is what the track demands, and every F1 driver is only too happy to submit. Cars that struggle for downforce elsewhere can really come into their own around this gem of a circuit. It's race day, with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Help him.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. We look now to Esteban Ocon, who's clearly ready and raring to go.
Not a huge surprise to see them in 19th, but they've certainly got the potential to move up from here.
And it'll be exciting to see just what will happen here today. Here we are at the oldest circuit in Europe for this, the Italian Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
And indeed it is lights out and away we go. Our first ever pole position, I believe, in this save. Do correct me if I'm wrong. But a very nerve-wracking thing to I don't know where that sentence is going, but George Russell maintains P1. Perez is losing a place down to P9, could you imagine? Everybody is on mediums except Bortoletto on hards and Russell on softs. So cool. Oh, Perez up to P7, that's what we like to see. Piastri is out of the range there. Oh. Yes, Perez in front of Lando Norris. We've got two positions already. The pace looks good on Perez. I wanted a flyby shot so I can get a thumbnail. Flyby shot, that's train some world talk. Overhead shot. Oh. Yes. Round the outside maybe. Of Fernando Alonso. Sergio Perez putting up a fight and up into P5. Perez, Russell's still in P1. And Perez is up to P4. My guy is not giving up. Uh-oh. No, let's not have Alonso. That was awful from Alonso. That should be a time penalty. Ocon's locked up at turn 3. Oh, here's the two Ferraris. Calmer, Alonso. Yeah, you have some of that. Have some of that gravel. Perez back up to P6 already. Verstappen are fighting. Verstappen's got past George. Perez has got in front of Leclerc. How'd you like those apples, mate? How'd you like those apples? Whoa, okay. There's Perez around the outside of Piastri. Lovely little move. Tsunoda there. Down the inside on Yuki Tsunoda. That's what we like to see. Verstappen's going to go down the inside on George Russell. Isn't quite going to make it. Is Perez going to get Verstappen now? That'd be lovely to see. No, but he does get George Russell. George Russell down to P3 and Perez fighting it. Oh! Oh no! George Russell, that could be a mistake that costs him the World Drivers' Championship. He's back on in P4 and he's actually in quite a good gap. considering he made such a good mistake. Perez has been overtaken by Verstappen, old teammates going at it. Russell overtakes Tsunoda, yeah, that's what we like to see. Russell's temps now back down to yellow, which is what we like to see. Comes in on lap 15. We should have done medium, medium, soft. But even then that would mean pitting early. Perez in front of Verstappen. Tsunoda overtakes Russell, as does Oscar Piastri, as does Lando Norris almost. I'm actually just going to put him into neutral pushing and just try and get him as far as we can go. Yes. Russell back up to P3. I'm going to start. Oh no. It depends. Piastri keeps P3 for now. Interesting. Russell down the inside of Piastri. Oh, no, not quite. Yeah, there we go. No, he doesn't. Use ERS off this exit. What would happen in the championship? Perez would be 9 points off him, so if Perez wins, there's only a point between them. Or 2 points between them. Which would be good, because if we delay the stop by 2 laps. Russell ran the... when am I going to start getting Perez and Russell confused? Russell around the outside of Piastri. I think we'll be able to go to a lap 16. Yuki Tsunoda gets past George Russell. George Russell comes into the pit lane now. On lap 16. On for a set of mediums. 2.5 seconds stop. And he is out in P22. Yikes. Trusted in him pushing too much, to be honest. So once those tyres get up to tempo, I'm just too much on the guys in front. Yep, there Russell goes up to P21, overtaking and kicks Albon. George Russell can't get past Jack Doohan. There's a mistake for Gabriel Bortoletto, which then leaves Jack Doohan helpless with the DRS, so Russell should get him here. Fernando Alonso comes into the pits and might even be out in front of it. No, he won't be out in front of us, that's cool. George Russell is moving up to P17. I don't know why I thought he was in a fairly neat gap. There's no gap there at all. 2.5 seconds, good, because that's the pit stop we didn't need a mistake on today. Bottas comes into the pits. That would mean we're in a fairly good gap. It's going to be out behind Albon and just behind George Russell. That's been yellow for quite some time. Bortoletto spun. Russell in front of Albon. I don't think there was any need to shove him off, but fair. Leclerc has come into the pits. Leclerc has come in for hards. So Russell is going to go up to P10. And there is Leclerc emerging from the pit lane. And he's out just behind Perez. And Albon nearly got Russell again.
Now there's been an issue in the
so
pits.
Can Perez put this battle to bed? No, he can't. Not quite. Couldn't quite go. Wow, down the inside of that chicane. That is a mesmerising move. That is biblical. Can't please be the 2 Red Bulls or something.
Now there's an
Jack
inviting
Doohan,
opportunity there.
is that Nico Hulkenberg?
Has to be said.
Oh, this is going to be the interesting one. Hards for Tsunoda. Behrman comes into the pits as well. Nice, they're clear out in front of him. I didn't realise how far Leclerc was behind them. Yeah, you should never let your title raffle go, except now. The Piastri all in. Piastri, hards. Oh dear, he's been held quite badly. Verstappen, hards. Whoa, so many people pitting. We're now up to 3rd and 4th. Oh. Piastri, hards. Ricciardo, hards. Sainz and Hadjar on hards. DRS sharing is what I meant. Fastest lap from Tsunoda. Is that the 2 behind again? Safety car deployed. Shit. Shit. This isn't what we wanted. Into the pit lane will come George Russell. I don't know who else is going to pit. Doesn't look like anyone's coming in so far. Leclerc stays out, Tsunoda stays out, Alonso stays out. Verstappen stays out. And it is genuinely going to be P6 for George Russell. And that is him going to the end of the race. That is amazing. They're doing that weird thing again under safety car where they just burn the tyres out. Perez is gone now. Russell can't really do anything about the cars in front. Perez has been overtaken by Tsunoda, or has he? Yes, he has. Russell is behind Verstappen by a fair amount. Perez has got back past Tsunoda. A sensible rate. Oh, Russell down the inside of Verstappen. Not quite. That is not ideal. Perez's tyres are back where they should be. Russell's getting there. Perez has been overtaken by Alonso and Tsunoda. In fact, if we can just chill, that would be awesome. Verstappen is now going to get Russell. Not good. This is really not good. Perez up into P2. Overtaking Tsunoda now. Russell still here, and Russell is now in front of Verstappen. Perez now takes the race lead. Tsunoda's putting the gravel. Russell up to P4. Russell overtakes Leclerc. I think Leclerc might have had a little excursion to the gravel himself. Afford to burn them a little bit just to push. Down inside he goes with Fernando Alonso. Fernando off into the gravel. These are the freshest the tyres will be, so let's go for it. Russell around the outside of Yuki Tsunoda. Please don't get shoved off. Does not get shoved off around the outside. Russell up to P3. Perez could be on for a stinker of an afternoon. Damn, so it's going to be like impossible. And there goes Verstappen in front of both our cars. Are you genuinely kidding me? Russell is going to get Verstappen for sure, and Perez is going to try it. Can't quite manage it. And Perez has been overtaken by a Ferrari. No, he hasn't. Perez has overtaken Verstappen as well. Sort of, maybe, not, no. And Perez being re-overtaken by that Ferrari. And now has been overtaken by that Ferrari. Oh, that is a strategy blunder from me. Down to P5. Gabriel Bortoleto and Alpine. Kick and Alpine are really going at it today. Oh, there's another hit. Oh, and there's in the gravel. About to be out of that train. Perez going alongside Norris for hopes and prayers, I guess. Right, around P19 with an absolute mammoth of a job on his hands. 2.5 second stop, and I saw how much Russell struggled to get past some of them, so I'm not very confident about this. Albon's having a mechanical fault a lot. He may just be going standard push mode. There is Alonso in front of George Russell. Carlos, there we go. Nice. Gone. Yes, there's two. Perez up to 17th place. And Perez has just got Esteban Ocon. Try and use some ERS off of this exit to get the Williams. There we go, up past Albon. And up past the V-Carb, hopefully. Yeah, Perez up to 13th place. Who's crashed this time? Sainz. Oh dear. No penalties given. I mean, it was pretty clear he was at fault. Right, there we go, past Behrman. Oh my god, Doohan's going for it. Doohan's past us. Doohan. There we go, get past him. Up past Behrman, up into P12. Into P11. 5 seconds to the points. P9 only for Perez today. Which is big yikes. 3 laps to go. Maybe we can go and get something a little bit higher up. Russell overtakes Piastri, or does he? Not quite. Oh. Verstappen's in the bin. Safety car has been deployed and Verstappen is in the bin. That means the race is going to finish on the safety car then, doesn't it? Surely.
Safety car deployed. Safety car deployed.
Car will peel off into the pit. They'll go charging for it. And it will be P4 for George Russell. P8 for Sergio Perez. And not a bad race overall, but our first race of the season, I believe, off of the podium.
Really good pace.
Or our second race of the season off of the podium.
To stop, use your
Not very good, but that's racing sometimes.
Sergio Perez, currently the man on our screens.
That marked an 8th place finish, which gives them a handful of points.
And the talented veteran rounds off another great drive, adding to his impressive F1 podium tally.
That gives them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
And that, right there, is a picture-perfect end to this weekend in Monza. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And with that, our time in Italy is done for another year.
Formula One will be back to Europe for the next round, on the shores of the Mediterranean, with some heated competition to look forward to in Spain.
So yeah, Sergio Perez starts P8, finishes P8, but that does not tell the story of the race he had. George Russell spun and still got P4. But yeah, it was Fernando Alonso, Piastri, Ricciardo, Russell, Tsunoda, Leclerc, Norris, Perez, Antonelli and Gasly, the final order. Bit of a race, it really wasn't great. Really, we should have been... I mean, after the first safety car, that sort of screwed things for Perez, but we still had a chance to win. I reckon after Russell spun, Perez should have been winning that race. And that's a shame. But the strategy was on me at the end of the day. But Perez is now 23 points off the championship lead, as Russell gains 8 points on him today. Verstappen didn't get any points. Fernando Alonso got 25, so he's now only 20 behind Verstappen. And he's not far off Perez either. And Tsunoda gains 10 points but loses a place in the standings. Piastri gains 18 points and he is currently P6. And Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris on the same amount of points, but I'm assuming Charles Leclerc has a higher top finish, which is why he's there. Daniel Ricciardo gets his first podium of the season, which is amazing to see, and that does bits for Aston Martin, to be fair, putting them much further away from Mercedes. But yeah, next race of the season will be round 10, and after that we've probably got to start focusing on 2026. But yeah, we've done everything we needed to do, so that's all that matters. Perez, we said would get 8 for higher, and did get 8, so yeah, we achieved everything we needed to. Onwards to the menu. Research has been complete for the chassis. Suspension design has been complete. There we go. Scout Lewis Hamilton. Thank you very much everybody for watching. I hope you all have enjoyed the video. If you have, be sure to like and subscribe, and I shall see you all next time. Take care. Goodbye for now.